We're going to be doing quite a bit of stretching this morning, as opposed to strength building, because there's a fun pose that we'll be working towards with these stretches and warm-ups and things. And if you have issues in your back, I did a class on Wednesday, a private class with Jeannie. Thank you, Jeannie. on back bending. Now, the wheel is the name of it in yoga, but it's known as a back bend. So you are hands and feet on the floor backwards. Now, I'm not saying that you need to do that pose, because we do work up to it using blocks against the wall and a lot of warming up the spine and all the muscles along the spine. But the warm-ups are so good. And then if you can find your way to the back bend, that's fine. If you have blocks, that works, or you can use books if you can get the thick ones. But it is so helpful for your back, and it's very grounding. And I'll tell you, the next day my back was so comfortable, and it just, there was a warmth to it, like circulation, that I haven't noticed for a while. So that was Wednesday's class. If you want the link to it, I can send that to you. A couple of you, I think, already have it. But so this is another warm up to the pose, because it's pretty stretchy, but it's phenomenal. Oh, good. You have your blocks. We won't be doing back bends today, but but it's good to know that you have those, because we'll use those another time. So we're going to have some fun with it, and we'll be doing our arrow pose and humble warriors, some things like that as well. So we'll just be yoga play this morning. We'll start with letting go of the week and coming into center, our sacred space. Just rising up like a flower, up out of the earth, your roots grounded in the earth, lifting up, bringing that nurturance up your stem, your spine, and then blooming into a beautiful blossom at the top of your head. So flowers don't generally carry stress, so we're going to release any stress that we accumulated during the week. So if you want to just preliminarily let go of any tight areas, any tenseness, stress, anything superficial that you're able to release as we come down into center. You might close your eyes and just allow a blanket of sunshine beaming down on you. Maybe you're a sunflower facing the sun. And bring your focus to your breathing. Just notice how your breath is flowing. Is it soft or hard, easy or difficult? Notice your thoughts or your concentration as we come to center. Notice your body. How does it feel this morning? What do you notice? What kind of sensations do you feel? Now, just bring your hands down towards the mat next to your hips or thighs. And we're going to reach up to the sun's light like a flower. So just breathe your deep breath, reach up, bring palms together, and then open out and exhale, a long exhale. And just repeat. Excuse me. And as you reach for the sun's light and exhale down, just bring in the feeling, the emotion of gratitude for your breath, for that light from the sun, and your ability to access it. And one more round. We're taking a little bit longer with the breath this morning. The breath is the first vehicle of nurturance. Prana, oxygen, prana, the life force energy, oxygen, even before food. And we'll just circle around with our heads to start off. So just lift up with your deep breath and then exhale, chin down to your chest and circle around slowly and just loosen around your neck. and reverse your circles. And bring your head back to center, and we'll do some serpentine shoulders. So just lift one shoulder, bring it forward, then the other, breathe, and hinge forward in your hips, leaning over your legs and feet. Now reverse your shoulders as you come back up. Notice how this affects your back as well. So come up, lift your chest, bring a little arch in your back, just starting to use those muscles and warm them up. And then again, serpentine forward. And reverse. Come back up. Open the chest and shoulders. Just right here, bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, lift some more in your ribs, your chest, your chin, and press your arms away. Contract in your neck and upper back, squeeze out any possible tension, and certainly stimulate circulation and healing. Now, from here, hinge forward in your hips and just bring your arms up over your head. Press down in your hips and legs and lift up. And then just circle around a couple times with both shoulders. Circle both directions. All right. And just swing your arms like we do in standing twist, but we're seated. Loosen your spine. And the next time you come around to your left, you have your right hand on your left knee. Reach up once again like a flower coming up out of the earth. Left hand is behind you. Reach up through your crown, your blossom. Breathe. Exhale into your twist. Use your arms, not your back. As you hold your twist, turn your head over your right shoulder. Just look the other way. Give it a stretch in your neck. Come back into your twist. And slowly unwind. Bring your right hand onto the mat and lift your left arm up for a side stretch. Reach. Try to get your arm next to your ear and come over to the side. We'll loosen with 3 repetitions. Breathe. And then lengthen in your stretch. Reach through your fingertips and rotate the shoulder open. Look up under your arm. This is excellent for the area around your hip bone and waist, your quadratus lumborum along the side there. And press down on your right hand. Lift your left arm up and bring it down. We're going to switch legs. Just lean back. If you want to take a little stretch and loosening for your knees, just shake them out and then bring them back in for our twist. So just loosening up. You may feel looser after your first side, but come around to your right and reach up. Press down in your hips, lift your crown. Use your arms for leverage and your breath for healing and opening. Look over your shoulder, your right shoulder. Breathe and relax with each exhale. Now turn your head over your left shoulder. Give your neck a stretch. Good. And come back into your twist. And then we'll unwind. Bring your left hand onto the mat and reach up with your right arm. Press down in your hips. Reach down into the earth through your roots and exhale over to the side. Reach. Good. And then hold your pose and rotate. You want to bring the heart towards the sky. Open the shoulder. Look up under your arm and just relax down. And press down on your left palm and lift your arm back up. Come back to center. Okay, and let your legs out again. Okay, here, let's come over for a thigh stretch. Just give your thighs a little rub here. Kind of wake them up. It's morning, and come down to your knees, your shins. Underneath, just a little massage for your calves. Backs of your knees, a little rub down there. And bend your knees, come up into your hamstring muscles. Back around to your hips. Straighten your legs and back to your thighs. So bring your right hand onto the mat, lean over onto your right hip, and just draw your knee around, heel to your hip. Stretch your thigh. Each time you exhale, see if it'll go a little further. Now, take your hand around to the inside of your foot like you do for dancers, and we'll do kind of a seated dancer's pose. Press your foot into your hand and extend your leg behind you. You'll feel a little arch in your back. Open your chest. Reach. Now bring your leg around to the front. Reach on the inside of your foot. I hold on to my heel, but you can hold on to your ankle, your foot, and just lift your foot up, straighten your leg, and a few times loosen in that leg. Stretch. Press your heel away, flex your foot. That will give you more stretch in your calf. And then a few swings, just forward and back. Use your right hand for balance. Open and come around. And then come back down, and we'll stretch the thigh on the other leg. So come over onto your left hip. Bring your heel into your hip muscles there. Try to open the shoulders here. Don't give in to the stretch. Pull your knee around to the back. If it feels a little tighter than the other side, just release the stretch. Take in a deep breath. Take the prana into your area where you feel it the most. And then bring it back into the stretch. And here, bring your hand on the inside of your foot and press your foot firmly into your hand and let that open the front of your body, open the leg behind you. Bring your leg around and reach for the inside, either the heel or your ankle, or you can hold on to the outside of your foot as well. And just lift that leg up. See how it feels, straightening it, and then just loosen up. Lubricate the joints. Come into the stretch. Hold. Press through the heel. Beautiful. I can see all your legs stretching up. And then give it a little swing, opening and moving in and out. Oh, feels so good, doesn't it? Yay. All right, now you've been holding on with your arms, so just come into a few circles in your wrist. both directions. Just extend your arms forward, bring your hands down, press your wrists forward, and then come up into a flex. Press the heel of your hand forward. Draw your fingers back. And again. All right. And just a few bends of your elbows. Just loosen it all up. Okay. So take the legs out to the side. Not your maximum stretch here. Just open it up and lean side to side. Okay, coming over, it'd be your left leg. Bring your shoulders in line with your leg. Okay, so you're facing the leg. And you can bring your hands underneath or you can hold on top, but bring your arm up overhead. Breathe. Exhale your shoulder down towards your leg and reach for your toes. If you can reach them, fine. If not, just reach, but pull away from your hip. Both hips are on the floor. Bring your shoulder a little closer. If you want more stretch in your calf muscle, just flex your foot, but see if you can keep the body facing forward. And then lift back up. Take in your breath. Exhale over to the other side. Bring the shoulder. If you can get your shoulder in front of your leg, you'll be able to open the chest a little bit more. So reach, hold on to your leg or your foot, whatever you can hold on to. Breathe and exhale down. Hips on the floor. Lift the upper shoulder. Look up under your arm, that will help too. And then press away, lift back up. All right. So come down onto your back for a couple of stretches. Just initially bring your knees into your chest and roll side to side. Lengthen out in your neck too, if you can give that a stretch. Bring your hands under your knees. We're just going to rock and roll forward and back. So kick forward and roll on your spine. I just remembered a really cool hold. If you can come into not plow, but just have your legs overhead part way, and then bring your hands would be just above your knees. Okay, legs remain straight, but just press your legs up until your arms are straight. You're balancing on your shoulders and your head. Keep lengthening in your arms. Relax your legs. Relax your back, relax your belly, and just balance on your shoulders in the back of your head. Now to come down, bend your elbows, let your legs come back towards your face, bend your knees, bring your arms on the floor, palms down, and just lower down. If you can straighten your legs here and roll down one vertebra at a time, lower your back down. So you'll be engaging your abdominal muscles here. Slow and easy. Okay. Now just bend your left knee, bring your foot onto the floor. Take your right leg out to the side. Let it relax for a couple of breaths here. Just letting it, you can rotate the leg like we do when we do windshield wipers, only you're holding. So rotate the toes towards the floor, the heel towards the ceiling. And try to keep your leg as high as you can. Okay, now bend your right knee and you're going to hold on to that foot. You can hold on to the outside of the foot. You can hold on to the heel and then straighten your leg and just bend and straighten a few times. If you need to loosen up a little more in the groin, just bring your leg across the center line of your body to the left side and then come back into the stretch. Okay, how's that going? Good. Yes. All right. So now let your left leg out onto the floor. Just straighten it out and see if you can open that right leg a little further. Now you can place your left hand on your left hip just as a reminder to hold that hip down towards the floor and just explore the hip joint and the knee stretching. Now from here, take your left hand and bring it up next to your left ear, back to the floor. All right, now bring it in. Just circle around with your knee bent. You can bring your left arm back to your side, both arms at your sides, and just circle around in that right hip. Reverse. You're going to be Gumbies after yoga this morning. All right, so right foot on the floor, lift your left leg up and just let it hang out over to the side. If you need to move your arm, just move it out of the way. Flex your foot, get a nice stretch on the back of your knee and your calf. Breathe and relax. Try to keep that leg coming in. You can place your hand on the inside of your knee or thigh just as an assist, but place your right hand on that hip and try to just open the hip. And then bend and straighten that knee. Now reach for your ankle, your heel, the outside of your foot. We're going to stretch this leg out to the side. So take in your breath. Hips, both hips on the mat, and straighten your leg. You hear any creaking in there? Straighten it out. Try to keep shoulders down. Bend and straighten. Loosen in that leg. And you can also bring it across with your knee gently bent, loosen in the hip joint. Yes, beautiful. Now take it out again. Take in your breath. Stretch your leg out. Press down on the right hip. Now take your right arm up overhead, back to the floor. Reach and straighten your right leg down onto the floor. All right, now bring it in and bring both arms in just on the sides beside your body and circle around in that left hip. Loosen, move out any toxins or tension. Reverse your circles. All right, now turn your palms up, straighten out your leg, and just come into a mini Shavasana. Just a couple breaths here. Relax. Let it go. Feel the sensations in your body. Are your cells singing? Vibrating? Singing your body's song. Okay. Slide your feet together, bring your knees in, hands on the backs of your legs. Just a couple more spinal rocks here. And spring up into sitting. And then bring your feet around and come onto the balls of your feet. A few rocks on your toes. So that pose where we're on our backs, holding the leg up in a stretch is called Supta Padangasthasana, reclining hand to big toe pose. It's just a variation. So there's a name for it. All right. So palms on the floor, just lift your hips up. Come in for head to knee. And then walk your palms forward. Just bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bring your hands in. Come into your head to knee. And then bend your knees. Separate your feet hip width. And arms out to the side. Just pass through chair pose. Lifting up. Reach. And a little stretch to the back, a little back bend here. And palms together. Bring palms into your heart and just kind of adjust to being upright. It's a lot different with gravity pulling on us here. Okay. Step towards the front end of your mat, toes forward. Take a breath. Bend your knees as you exhale and reach your left leg back into warrior one, but bring the foot down this time. Instead of having the heel up, bring the foot down. Okay. Breathe your arms up overhead. And deepen into your pose. And then reach up and pivot into warrior two. Bring your arms out, align your feet. Come into your warrior two. Check your shoulders and hips. And bring your arms around behind you. Interlace your fingers. Pull away. Now turn your torso. Your hips remain forward, but turn your torso to your right and come down into humble warrior. Down in front of the leg, lift your arms. Breathe. Now use the strength of your legs. Lift back up into warrior two. Straighten the knee for a moment. Give it a rest. Bend your knee. Lift your arms and pull back around into warrior one. Reach up and bring your arms down and back. So lean forward over the front knee. Now lift the back heel. Align your hips forward into the high lunge. And then pull back and step it in. Bring palms in, and we'll repeat that on the other side. So just take a moment. Catch your breath. That's a funny saying, isn't it? Catch your breath. Did anybody throw it somewhere? Catch it? Catch your breath. I was up until 2:30 in the morning, so that's kind of like taking a silly pill. Was working on the computer, getting it fixed. So, all right. Take in your breath. Soften your knees. Take your right leg back. Bring the foot down. Try to keep the hips aligned forward. You can separate your feet a little more. Breathe, arms overhead. Reach. Deepen your pose if you can. And then pivot into warrior two. Breathe. And open the hips and shoulders. All right. Align. You can check yourself out. Make sure you lengthen in the spine. Draw your tummy in. Knee open. All right. Bring your arms around behind you. Interlace fingers. Stretch your arms away. Turn your torso towards that front leg. Keep the leg open. Breathe. Exhale down into humble warrior. Lift arms up.
Now press your feet firmly into the ground. Start to lift your torso and just peel your body up off that leg. All right. And then bring your arms up overhead. Pivot to warrior one and bring your arms down behind you. The back heel is off the floor and just lean into the high lunge. Arms behind you. And then lift up, pull back, inhale, and step it in, palms together. All right. Now, remember I said this would be a stretchy class? So you remember the stretch we did on the floor with the leg out to the side and holding it up? Well, we're going to play with that in standing. So just bring your right arm up. It can be up by your ear. It can be out to the side. But take in a breath. Shift the weight to your right foot. Bend your left knee. Focus on a spot. Bring that leg in. And see if you can straighten your leg here. Just play with it. Try it. Focus on your spot. You can reach for the outer edge of your foot, the heel, just like we did on the floor. Take your time. And come into your hold. Good job. Beautiful. So this is our balance pose for today. And come down. Standing twist. Separate your feet. Just let it all loose. And swing. Come back to center. Loosen up in your shoulders. Did you take up any tension there? Do you need a drink of water before we go to the other side? I know I do. So whatever you need to be comfortable. Okay. All right, now the other arm comes up. Your left arm, taking a breath. Shift the weight over onto your right, or I guess it'd be your left leg. Focus on your spot. Lift your leg up, reach for your foot. Stay lifted. Hold on. So you want to create the fulcrum just like you do in dancer's pose. Take your time and hold. And come down. Go in and out of it. Beautiful. Beautiful, Jean. Have you ever done that before, Jean? All right. Give it a try. Whoops. Sometimes the body seems to have a mind of its own. All right. Okay. Standing twist. Circle around, shake it out. Loosen it up. Breathe. Ah. Come back to center. Circle around in your shoulders. Reverse. All right. Shake out your arms. Squeeze your fingers. Circle in your wrists. All right. Just come down onto your mat. Sit in easy pose for a moment. Lift up. We'll come into a twist. Breathe. Come around either side, whatever suits you right now. Notice your heartbeat, your breathing. Other side. Breathe, lift. Come around to the front. Come back away into the center of your mat and just slide your hands forward. Now, staying forward, bring your arms around behind you. Clasp your right wrist in your left hand in the pose of surrender, Yoga Mudra. Surrendering our battered little egos. And slowly lift up. And then just stretch out your legs. Prepare for Shavasana. Whatever you need to make you comfortable. Socks, blanket, cushion under the knees. Any stretches you can do on the floor that your body's calling for. Just provide that for your body. So we surrendered in Yoga Mudra, opening the door to relaxation, trust, faith, knowing the cosmos, the divine intelligence has your back. Allow Spirit to protect you and to nurture you like the flower that you are. Feel the endorphins, that sense of joy and well-being. produced by you from your yoga poses and breathing. Now start to just softly, gently come back into awareness of your body, the sounds in the room, the sounds in the distance. Feel the beat of your heart. Feel the peacefulness, the silence within you. As you take more and more steps towards the divine within you. Now bring some little moves, starting with little ones and building into bigger ones. And then slide your feet together and lift your knees, wrapping your arms around them. And come to one side and roll up into sitting. If you like, bring your hands into mudra to seal in the benefits of your practice this morning, to celebrate your achievements, your growth, your integrity, and bring palms together in front of your heart. And may the divinity within you shine through as you continue to blossom into who and what you truly are. Namaste, everybody. Thank you for letting me share some yoga with you. Some silly stuff too.
Thank you.
Yes.